I'm just chopping this one up. And the good thing about this is you throw it outside and it gets magically taken away. The panel fairies take it. It's having new floor, new bulkhead, new trans panel, tub repairs, new short side, new long side. Basically it's having a full resto, like it's going to be a show bus, so it needs to be to a high standard.
It's just come in, this one, has it? Have you just got started on it?
It's been in for about a week. I think Gav blasted it and then I just started cutting it up yesterday or the day before, I can't remember exactly.
Gets paid the same as a League 2 footballer, this cunt.
Because I live here.
Anyone else who wants a job, you will not get paid the same as a League 2 footballer. Craig's a special kind. Alright, so obviously this van here is coming for a full restoration. It's had quite a lot of shabby metal work in the past, or it's either rotten or it's just gone off over the time. It actually looked an alright bus before. Daniel flashed back out with some pictures of what the van did look like. And it actually looked alright on the road, but the customer wants his car now to go shiny, perfect, show car, win awards, which is what we can do. So Craig's tearing it apart now, cutting all the old metal off to replace it all with brand new metal, make sure it's solid, and then it's going to go next door and get a full concourse paint job. The quick part of it is cutting it all out and getting the big bulk of the panels away, but actually getting the small sections and grinding it up ready for the new panel to go in, that's the bit that takes the time, and you've got to be careful with, because if you grind your edge back too far, you'll end up going through the next panel, which means changing that and it creates a bigger problem. So Craig will take the side off now, showing you do that on the front panel, and then bring him on for the ride.
Let's go!
Normally if we were going to change the short side on a van like this, we would try and save the inner ribs. These ribs are knackered, they're not worth saving, so I'm just going to cut through them. I could probably just pull that off, but yeah, we'll replace all that. I'm going to cut it down here, across there, down there and around my arch, just to get it out of the way, so I can get access from the other side. A reciprocating saw, a recip saw for short. Yeah, the reason I'm using this is because I don't want to go through 10 discs. So I'll take the back off as well, and I'll take it under the arch. Doesn't matter how many things I throw out there, they just keep moving.
Could have cut right through.
Yeah, it's the strengthener, it's welded. I'll be back to normal in no time. I'm just going to chop off this bottom bit, and then I'm going to start dressing it off around there. Alright, Molly.
He's a horrible man.
Never see that thing out of your hands.
The grinder. Yeah.
You're going to make another nickname for yourself.
A grinder boy.
Oh yeah, your missus will love that
no
one.
Thanks. It's all been like plug welded all the way along. It's been MIG to death really. So I'm having to grind all this off. I mean, that's been welded down there, but it's not even fastened, look. That's not good, is it? Bonded on. So when I finish dressing all this off, I have to dress down here, across this back, take the rest of the floor out here, and down the bottom of that pillar there. That'll all need to be dressed off, as long as this top part that goes on here. I'll tie my bulkhead in, make sure everything lines up all right, make sure it's level.
Plenty to be done.
Oh, I've got loads to do.
Yeah.
As well as keeping an eye on them too.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Them three.
Yeah. The bonnet master as well.
The bonnet master. Now we call him Dash now, because he spent a week on a dash.
What does dressing off mean?
Tidying it up, ready to be welded to again. Making sure that the panel's flat and it doesn't have like any of the old panel on. It's just easier to weld if there's not much space or no space between the surfaces that you try to weld together. It just makes it hard, but it's better to get it flat and it looks better.
Today, I'm going to be working on this beautiful example of a Series 1 harness turbo. Irv actually owned this at one point as well. So I'm going to be taking the underside off, and this is what we're going to do it with Karcher dry ice blasting machine. Got a few different settings on it. Obviously, we're getting 30 kilos of ice going through it at 5 bar. It does run at quite a high pressure. That's where you're chucking the ice into. Goes in there, spins round, fires out basically, but it's coming under immense pressure at the time. So we're just going to pop this up in the air. This stuff's got to go somewhere. and it comes off here and it's greasy and horrible and you end up walking it everywhere. So that's why I've got all this sheeted off like this. It just keeps everything a bit cleaner. But what we're going to be doing is removing all this wax oily stuff, and there'll be undersealer that is original to the car underneath that as well. So I want to try and expose that and have a look what we've got. In one suit, out another. It's a dirty job, this. Someone's got to do it. Can't be touched with your hands, it'll burn your skin. Here we go. Ice pellets. From there into here. The reason I use a tub, if you tip it all in, it gets a bit clumpy, sticks together the ice. Let's get ready. Lock and load.
Got quite far down at the back now, got 90% of the underside done. I'm going to open the bonnet up and do the top side of the engine bay. It should be quite quick. It's not amazingly dirty, it just wants a quick whiz over, but it's the areas that you can't get behind the pipe, behind all the brake lines, stuff like that, that you can get around the back of the ice blaster.
Right. So now we'll just get in the backs of here.
What's up here? Someone fucking broke my cup.
What do you mean?
It's cracked, isn't it? Cup's broke.
You'll have to tack it back together, Craig.
Mig it up.
You have to make it up.
Mig it up. What am I going to do? Can't work without a brew.
Can you hold this while I cut this out, please? Yeah, I've just kept two little pieces there where I haven't cut, so it doesn't just fall on me when I'm trying to cut it out, but I'm going to cut them out.
Let me get round that side.
It won't fall on my head, hopefully.
Ready?
Yeah. Stewie's heaven behind there.
It's all right. There's a lot of blast still in it though. We'll have to get all that out, won't we? It's just from Gav media blasting. Well, that wasn't welded onto that. Same with that side. That wasn't welded either. So you don't see this sort of stuff until you start working on the van. Yeah, it's supposed to be welded across the top there and across the side there, so it goes up inside. I can't believe none of that was welded. I get Kyle to get it all prepped up, get him to go around all the edges, make sure they're all dressed off nice and ready for the new panel to go on. If we see any holes or anything that needs addressing, we'll weld it up or put a patch in where it needs one. I'll get him set his bottom off as well, it needs a new bottom. Kyle,
Wow.
cut these headlight balls out, we'll keep them.
They're not actually in bad nick, to be fair, and you could probably repair them a little bit and use them again, but that's if you need a repair, so I'll cut them out now, see what they're looking like. Get all this from around the outside of it, and we'll probably use it again. Yeah, it's not in bad nick. Get the other one cut out then.
Found out that the front chassis leg's a little bit too high since from a previous repair down from here to here, which is holding all my front end up. I thought everything was out of line, and now it's on the jig, I know that everything's out of line. I've had to chop the back end off because there's been a few things that I've found that are wrong. These closing panels at the end have been fit on the opposite sides backwards. Again, with this side here, this panel here actually should be on the other side. This is for this side and this is for that side. It needs to be right, it's going to be a show bus. These little details matter. The joints need to be better. It's had a piece in here and a piece in there. It's not good. It's not even been finished welding across there. These aren't right either. The engine lid carrier, that'll have to be replaced. I've noticed that my side tray panels in the engine bay, they're not even welded to the chassis legs. They were just sealed. There's just sealer down there.
What's the problem? We know the chassis was low, wasn't it?
Yeah, all these two legs here were low. And at the back, this is wrong. It doesn't sit on.
You can see it's had repairs everywhere. It's had a joint there on it. Two ways you can sort it, isn't there? You can either cut it and try and redo it and lift it all up,
Yeah.
or change the leg. That's defeating the object though, isn't it? 'Cause all you're going to do is do what they've done already, but making it better. And the only way to correct this properly, like me and Craig have said, is to cut the leg and try and lift it all up, which is what someone's obviously done in the past, which is why it's wrong. So the way to do it correctly is to place the chassis leg from the middle to the back, which is the correct way of doing things, which will then be able to get it square on all these jig brackets and make sure it's right. That makes sense, doesn't it? I'll have to ring Rick now and make sure he's got a leg off. If he hasn't, then it'll be a few weeks, but hopefully he's got one in. Yeah. But for now, obviously, you're going to have to try and cut that leg off from the front to the middle of the back.
Yeah, you have to order a set of tubes as well then.
I always said tubes, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we've come into a bit of a problem in there, as we've just shown you. The chassis leg has all dropped to the back in a bad previous repair. So the only way to sort it now is to get rid of that leg front to back, do a proper job. I'm going to show you that. Craig's going to get on with now cutting it out, replacing it all properly, how it should have been done from factory, and we should hopefully get this all squared up and correct. So at the minute, we've got a chassis leg that's about 10mm lower at the back as it goes to the front, so the floor's all running out, the sill's running up, the doors aren't meeting up, nothing's square. Only way to sort it, back to the bones, place the chassis leg where we need to, get it all square, and then work our way back up.
Yeah, so when I take the chassis leg out of this fan, there's going to be nothing supporting all this side. I'm only putting this on now just to take the weight. I don't want it dropping and then changing all the shape. Obviously, when I put my new pillars in, I'll reline it all up anyway. I just don't want any problems.
That's about the chassis out.
Yep. I won't get it all out in one. I'll have to cut sections out and then I'll have to dress around the bits that are left. Not a good one to get into, this one, but
How are we looking?
just try to get off the main bulk of it so I can get a grinder in and dress it all off properly. I just knocked that off with a hammer, it wasn't even welded. I've just had to chop the chassis out because the chassis was slightly lower than the rear torsion bar, well, torsion housing, sorry. Now I'm going to replace a new replacement section of the rear chassis.
Looked quite difficult to get into the chassis.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward getting in the areas and that with all the firewall being on the jig really. There's not much room to get in, but I've managed to get it all out. I'm just going to dress it all up now. And then the new panel should be here tomorrow or the day after and I can start cracking on welding that in.
So today we've got an exciting thing happening. We've got Matt here from BSI. He's doing our stage 2 national insurance audit, basically, hopefully to be able to do our insurance work professionally to the BSI standard. It's been stressful for the last few months working with Phil, who's organised it for us, but he's here today and I'll let you know in a few hours if we pass it or not. Hopefully I get the board above the door.
Well, I've come in a VW today, but it's only a Passat. Not quite as exciting as
Some of the bigger ones, which were not just
Edition 38,
yeah, so you were competing against Ferraris and all sorts of stuff.
You're going to have to extend that if you get any more, eh?
Oh, we'll get a bigger office built for it.
Yeah. Just 2 hours and all.
I've got a trophy for you for when we get through this. You get your own trophy. Take your pick.
Well, I have got a BSI plaque in the boot of the car.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Even better.
I'll make space.
You know.
I'll show you this bit quick. This is the quality bit. RS 1600 I Escort.
Nice.
I used to have a garage called Isla for our garage, and everyone used to get the fast forwards or the hot hatches fixed by me. That's what I was known for.
Yeah.
And then I just got out of the car job. I had enough of it all. And I was like, I'm never doing it again. Blah blah blah. And then got interested in Volkswagens years later and Porsches. Renting a little unit, doing a good old Volkswagen. We were on a campsite camping. And there was some split screen camper vans, and anyway, I got talking to the lads and they were like, yeah, the way of life, mate, you'll love it and all this. And I was like, says to my missus Joanne, there's a Volkswagen event on at Tatton Park. We're passing it on the way home and it's on Sunday when we're going home. I said, we'll go. Went to this Tatton Park and there was thousands of people pulling in Volkswagens. I was like, and I walked in and seen this slammed split screen. I'm like, mate, tell me about your van. And he's like, oh yeah, and he's reeling off all this stuff he'd done. Didn't understand fuck all he was saying about how we lowered it and stuff. I was just absolutely creaming over it. I was like, right mate, what's it cost me like this then? And he goes, he said, just drop 35 bags on it. I was like, well, it's on air ride or something. That's 35 bags. I went, no, can't afford one. Can't afford one, Joanne. It's off. We can't get one. And he's like, no, mate, honestly, just buy an old one and do it up. You can get them cheaper than this. This is all done to fuck. I was like, fucking hell, so 100. I was like, oh man.
Cool. So we've got viscosity cups. You've got plenty of storage, really, haven't you, up here? It's not. Well, as long as I keep my back straight, I just have to make sure I don't smash my head on that. Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit on hold at the minute then until your bits come. Well, thank you very much. We can have a look at the job card. That's all right. Yeah. But then some of the methods will just say you can reuse them and you're like, yeah, go on, yeah. You try taking them off without breaking them. There you go.
That's shiny. Very good.
Oh, genuinely well done. Really good.
Look at Holland. Matt and Phil have now gone, and we have successfully managed to get the kite mark above the door. We're now insurance approved, about time. If you're going for insurance for any claims, don't be afraid to get in touch and let us know, because now we're capable of doing it the correct way with all the approved manufacturers. Get us in touch.